Today's video, I want to go over every single LEGO Star Wars Mandalorian Season 3 set coming out in 2023, and basically how I think LEGO did on them, as well as go over a few future Season 3 set ideas for possibly 2024 and beyond. Let's talk about it. So yes, welcome back everyone to another LEGO Star Wars video, and I think by now we all know the finale for Mandalorian Season 3 premiered last night. Before getting into this video, I do just want to say, look, if you guys have not seen the finale yet, and you guys are really worried about not hearing anything about it, I'm not going to purposely go over spoilers in this video, but look, throughout the next, 8 or 9 minutes, I might accidentally hint at something, or might accidentally drop a spoiler for the finale. So if you guys want to go in completely blind, if you guys haven't seen it yet, come back and watch this video after you watch the episode. So with that being said, guys, I want to go over pretty much the 4 Mandalorian Season 3 sets that LEGO's coming out with this year, and just go over, look, where do I think they stand? Are they good? Are they bad? Did they execute them well? What could they have done differently? And I fully do know, that Lucasfilm does not give LEGO every last bit of information about the season in advance, but that will be also something I'm curious to see from you guys, and something I personally think a lot about. Would you guys have rathered these sets come out a little bit later if it meant LEGO was able to get more accurate source material and make these sets a little bit more accurate? But let's get into it, guys, with the first one. We have the Mandalorian N1 Starfighter Microfighter. This one right here, really nothing too much to complain about, other than the fact the price is kind of, wild out of nowhere. Usually Microfighters are $9.99. This one I think was, going to happen eventually, of course. We all knew that. N1 Starfighter and at least just Mando in there, for $9.99. And in my humble opinion, I don't think adding an extra $6 just for a Grogu is really worth it. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Like, Grogu himself on Bricklink and eBay is only like a $3 minifigure. So it would have been cheaper in the long run just to literally buy a Grogu separate. And I think at this point, if you don't have one, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, Grogu has literally been in like 15 sets at this point. But I think with this, the only thing, look, if it was like $11.99, even like $12.99, I think it would have worked better. Because at this point, I'm just curious to see now, is LEGO actually going to have these microfighters, at $11.99, $12.99 for a regular, build in one fig, and is now, kind of this like 1.5 pack, $15.99. In my opinion, too, like, where's this? Why is it $15.99? Why can't they just call it $14.99? Like, do they really need to, hike it up to that random $16 mark? But there's basically that. Look, the price I think is $5 overpriced, but at the end of the day, we're talking about $5. The more I'm thinking about it, like, it is overpriced. I don't think LEGO should be asking that price, but it's only $5 at the end of the day. It's not going to, make or break your life, I feel. But moving on, guys, to the next one, we have 75346. We have the Pirate Snub Fighter. This is $35, 285 pieces. And, look, I've kind of said this a little bit before. I think there's 2 things they could have done with this set. First off, I do agree. I do think this is, again, $5 overpriced. I think $25 would have been perfectly. Maybe shave off, at that point, 15 pieces, 20 pieces, if LEGO really wants to do that. Shave off 15 or 20 pieces, make it 25. And if they wanted to ask, 30 or even this $35 price point, which, look, if they have to do it, they do it, would be add 1 extra minifigure. I really do strongly think in this set, either a Greef Karga in the Season 3 outfit would have worked perfectly. He has a little bit of drama with, Vane throughout the first couple episodes. I think it would have made sense. And, then we would add a Greef Karga for Season 1, 2, and 3. Then also, I think, secondly, maybe a Gorian Shard even. I think at the end of the day, he's not going to show up any more media ever again. So, like, this would have been maybe that one chance to get him as a minifigure. But at the end of the day, I'm not really too mad that we don't see him there. But I think that's really that. I think the Snub Fighter itself, it makes sense to be a LEGO set. I don't blame LEGO for making it. I think it actually looks pretty accurate, but I really do think for your value proposition, they could have done a little bit better on it. Right there. Next up, guys, we have the Spider Tank. We set number 75361. This is $50, 526 pieces. Price per piece is pretty much there, but I think this is a prime example of there's definitely some things that are just fundamentally lacking for it. I think for $50, or if they really want to be that guy, raise it up to $55 even. I think 2 things that are severely missing in here is Grogu's, pod. I don't know what it's called. Like, I always forget exactly what it's called, but it's, Grogu's white pod that he was flying or, hovering in during the scene. I think that would have been perfectly. They already have, it's literally only like 15 pieces from the UCS Razor Crest. I think they should have included it into here, as well as the actual droid that is, actually, manning the Spider Tank. I think that droid minifigure and also Grogu's pram is called a pram. I think those 2 things right there for the $50 would have been perfect. If they wanted to include an extra $5 in there, to actually give us both those things. I think that would have been a little bit better. Other than that, though, I think the actual spider tank build itself is pretty much perfect. I think maybe a little bit more brown in there would have been nice. I think Bo-Katan, best minifigure of the year so far. And, of course, at least we have the new Darksaber mold, which, if you guys have watched the finale, yeah, it's, of course, the Darksaber mold comes when it's almost too late, I feel. But there's that, guys. I think, look, this one is pretty much where LEGO should be at. I think it's, halfway decent, but there are some obvious things missing. Next up, guys, we have the Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor, 75348, 957 pieces, and $100 for minifigures. And sad to say, look, this was my most excited set of the entire wave, of the entire year, actually, so far. And again, a little bit of spoiler territory here, like directly. I just hate to say it, man. This set doesn't make any sense, man. This set, again, I'm not going to blame LEGO for it. There's concept art of it. There's that, the drawing stuff at the end of it. Clearly they were there, but, like, we barely even saw Fang Fighters. We definitely did not see them in a dogfight like this. The TIE Interceptors, like, we didn't even see actual TIE Fighter pilots get into them. Again, that astromech droid, not even from the same episode. The fleet commander, sure, I get it. You know what I mean? He's in the episode. He shows up. He brings the troops down to Mandalore. He saves the day, right? But I still do think Axe Woves would have been better in here, or even Koska Reeves. And at this point, I think Mando himself, quite frankly, get him out of there. I don't think, why do we need Mando now in 3 sets this wave? I don't think Mando was needed here. I really do think the minifigure lineup here should have been Axe Woves, Koska Reeves. Then we have one of the Mandalorian stormtroopers, the Beskar stormtroopers. Then if they want to include that astromech droid, go ahead, man. Go ahead. But I've always thought too, it should have been Moff Gideon in his armor. You know what I mean? I think bottom line of it, again, we did not see Moff Gideon get into a fighter or anything. So I think a regular Beskar stormtrooper would have made more sense. But I do think for that 4th minifigure slot, I mean, that would have been a stacked, lineup of minifigures right there, those 4 characters. But so look, overall, accuracy wise, not too crazy. I can't really blame LEGO though. I more so blame Lucasfilm and Disney for obviously cutting out some scenes and not giving us the full battle up there in space. One thing I've always kind of said about these 4 sets is I really do think the combo they should have done, I think they should have done the Microfighter and then the Snub Fighter on May 1st. I think both those are pretty much perfect where they want to be at, and come out May 1st, kind of line up better, and pretty much nothing else they should have done for these sets. But then come into August 1st, I really do think the Spider Tank and then the Fang Fighter set both should have probably been pushed back a little bit more. And I think at that point, to avoid spoilers, they could have included the Pram and the droid for the Spider Tank, and then they could have included, at least like Moff Gideon, Axe Wolf, someone else, I feel, in that Fang Fighter set, come August, so it wouldn't really spoil it for anyone. But there's my thoughts, guys. So there's pretty much the 4 things. There's the 4 sets. There's my reviews on them, kind of after the season, where I think they, should be at. Overall, pretty lackluster, but again, there's not much that even happened in this season. And moving into the set ideas, I think there's really only 2 things, man. Again, this season does not warrant a bunch of LEGO sets, in my opinion. I think number 1, of course, ideally in a perfect world, we would get a battle pack, $19.99. We would get, at that point, 2 of the Mandalorian or the Beskar stormtroopers. Then we'd also get 2 of the Praetorian guards. I think that'd be perfect, 2 and 2. And call it a day with that. Get a little build of something in there, a couple of crates or a little something, a little speeder bike maybe, and just call it pretty much a day on that one. I think that would be perfect. And then second off, I think, they're not going to be doing like a Gazanti cruiser, and even then we don't even see, any of the main characters in there. Of course, I extremely doubt we're going to get another light cruiser just to put the Mandalorian logo on the bottom. I extremely doubt that. And other than that, I think the last thing possible here, maybe coming out like next summer, now that the older one did retire, would be like Bo-Katan's Gauntlet Fighter. I think, look, you give us Bo-Katan's Gauntlet Fighter, you give it to us for 60 or 70 bucks, pretty much the same scale as the Clone Wars one. You give us the beautiful Bo-Katan minifigure. At that point, look, ideally, man, they give us like Axe Woves and then, say Moff Gideon. I think that triple combo would be perfect. It would be kind of reminiscent of that Clone Wars one, where you have Bo-Katan, you have another good guy, another good guy Mandalorian, and then you literally have Moff Gideon in the Mandalorian outfit acting as like your Gar Saxon. So I think, look, that would be absolutely perfect, absolutely stunning. What I feel, again, it doesn't make perfect sense, but at least it's something for Mando 3, and I think that would sell extremely well. So there's everything, guys. Again, if you guys want my full thoughts on Mando Season 3, I might actually do a review on the second channel and post that tomorrow on Thursday, but nonetheless, we'll be talking about it a lot more in detail on my live stream on Friday. So that's everything, guys. Leave your thoughts down below. You know, after watching all of Mando Season 3, how do you think they actually did with these sets? I mean, do you think, you know, again, is there anything else they could have done for him? Did they do pretty well? Do you blame LEGO? Do you blame Disney? Then also comment down below your most wanted set from Mandalorian Season 3 going into 2024. So that's everything for today, guys. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. Another 2 quick things is in yesterday's video, I totally forgot while filming that actually 2025 is the 10-year anniversary of Force Awakens 2. So that is a little scary if you guys watched that video. And second off, this might be the last video where I've got the long hair. It's a little messy right now, but this might be the last video. With it getting hotter out, I'm really strongly considering just going down to a, not a buzz cut, but, you know, 8 on the top and a 3 on the side. So, I don't know, guys. I might do that tonight. I might do it tomorrow, but we'll kind of see. I think this hair is not going to last more than probably the rest of this week, probably. So, I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. I love you guys all so much. The support's been crazy. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys, and stay safe.